Are you looking for ways to create a harmonious, abundant life? Well, today we're diving into the ancient wisdom of the seven universal laws and learning how to apply each and every one of them in our lives. Make sure you stay until the end because the last two, especially, are so often overlooked. Number one is the law of mentalism. It's the idea that everything in the universe starts with a thought. Your thoughts are powerful and can shape your entire reality. To use this law, become more conscious of what you're thinking on a day to day basis. Cultivate positive thinking and use visualization techniques to manifest your desires. My personal favorite way to use this law is I have adopted the belief by repeating the thought over and over again. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. And I just repeated that to myself over and over and over again and really focused on feeling the relief that everything always works out for me. So there's really nothing to stress out about. And as I did this, what I noticed is that all these different types of circumstances that would come up in my life, things that were not looking like they were working in my favor, suddenly worked out in my favor. And then the more evidence I cultivated of this working of these different things working in my favor, the more things would work in my favor. Adopt this belief, it works and it works fast. Just stay consistent with it. Number two is the law of correspondence. This is the principle that our outer world reflects our inner world. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mindset and emotions. Practice self-awareness and make necessary internal changes to see external results. One of the best ways I've incorporated this in my life is I do not complain unless complaining will actually bring about an exact result. Let me give you an example. I used to complain in my mind, not very much out loud, but in my mind a lot about different things. And I would complain in my mind over and over and over again about these things that bothered me. So I decided to adopt a no complaining rule. And what happened was I stopped complaining in my mind. The only time I would make a quote unquote complaint is when it would have a direct effect. So for example, if I received an order and it was the wrong order, I would contact the company, and of course I wouldn't be rude, but I would just explain what I had ordered, what I had received, and that I would like it fixed. So notice how that's not complaining as in like, oh, traffic is so horrible, I hate traffic, traffic's the worst, I hate going anywhere, blah, 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 right? That general complaining. That is a direct, I need to state this in order to get a result. That is okay. But I wouldn't waste my time complaining about arbitrary things. Try it out and you will find that this actually can produce really, really quick results if you drop the complaining and replace those thoughts with focusing on things that you actually enjoy thinking about, things that actually feel good. And that can be imaginary acts, that can be things in your external reality that you actually do love and appreciate. Number three, the law of vibration. This law states that everything in the universe, including our thoughts and feelings, vibrate at different frequencies. To align with this law, match your personal vibration with the energy of what you want to attract. For example, let's use this with money. When we align ourselves vibrationally with money, that's the alignment of freedom, right? Freedom and freedom of choice and security. So look for things in your reality that make you feel secure and or free. Or focus more on what your life would be like if you already had the freedom and security that you desire. Another way that I use this law in particular to create the frequency of love to draw in a relationship was I focused on what is the feeling state of being in a really good relationship. So I focused on the words to change my vibration. Well, to me, a really good relationship felt like love, it felt like passion, it felt like fun, it felt like traveling together, it felt like excitement, it felt like bliss, it felt like ease. Ease was the number one thing for me. I didn't want a relationship of games or dating games, anything like that. I wanted ease, ease, ease. So I focused on that and I repeated those words over and over and over to myself. And within only 3 days, I manifested the exact relationship that I wanted. And I did that by changing my vibration to match the vibration of those words that I wanted. Number 4, law of polarity. Everything has an opposite, and this law teaches us that challenges often lead to growth and setbacks can become step-ups or setups, step-ups, setups for great comebacks. When you face difficulties, remember that they are part of the natural ebb and flow of life and hold the potential for transformation. So anything that looks like it might not be working out for you actually really is working out for you. Just because something looks bad doesn't mean that it actually is bad. All it is leading you to something greater. So a really good way that I suggest a lot of people work on this is oftentimes we look at things such as a breakup and we think of it as a negative. But really, it's oftentimes clearing us of something that we don't really want. We may think we want it, but we find that it's not actually fulfilling us in the way that we desire. And it's opening the door for something that we really, truly do want. The law of rhythm. This is the fifth law, and it reminds us that life moves in cycles just like the seasons. Learn to flow with these natural rhythms. If you're going through a tough time, know that it will pass and better days are on the horizon. This law is so absolutely true. Everyone has had times in life where things feel great and they feel bad, and they feel great and they feel bad, right? That's just something that all of us deal with. And just like this law states, it's just like the seasons. It's going to happen, and really everybody deals with it. So what I want you to do is the next time that you're going through a hard time, start reminding yourself that this isn't going to last forever. This is always working out for me. And things are going to get better, and they're getting better right now. And then watch that new season come into your life so fast. Number 6, the law of cause and effect. This is the sixth law, and it's all about reaping what you sow. Your actions have consequences, so act in kindness, integrity, and respect. The positive energy you put out into the universe will eventually come back to you. This law is so true. And Neville Goddard really likes to state this in the way that, if you think negative thoughts towards other, you're opening the door for that to happen to you. So don't wish anything negative on anyone else, even if it's in your mind, right? These laws you can see so clearly talk about how powerful our minds are. Don't ever wish a negative circumstance on anyone else, because you're opening the door for that exact negative thing to happen to you. So treat others with love, treat others with kindness in your physical reality and in your mind. And this will allow more good things to come to you. Number 7, the law of gender. So this law states that everything has a masculine and feminine energy. And I want to point out here really quick that literally everyone and everything has a masculine and a feminine energy. So everyone has masculinity and femininity within them. And these are complementary forces. They don't go against each other. They are complementary. They work together. They both have to be there. So you want to balance these energies within yourself by nurturing your strength and assertiveness, which is the more masculine traits, as well as your intuition and compassion, which is a more feminine trait. Now, of course, these laws aren't, specific for, only men are masculine and only women are feminine. We all have both of those traits, right? I'm a woman and I'm very feminine in a lot of ways, but I also have a lot of inner strength and a lot of assertiveness, which is a very masculine trait. The trick that this law is trying to tell you is you don't want one or the other to dominate, right? If you are, very, very, very masculine and you don't have a lot of those, like you don't listen to your intuition, you're not compassionate towards others, you're just very assertive, very aggressive, very dominating, very just trying to overpower others, then you really don't have that balance and your life isn't going to be in harmony. You're going to find that those 100% masculine traits is actually not going to serve you. So you want to make sure you really balance that out nicely. Allow both sides of yourself, embrace all of yourself, embrace your masculine and embrace your feminine, because they're both individually so powerful. But when you combine them together, that power is amplified. So love and nurture all aspects of yourself. And that's it. Those are the 7 universal laws and how you can apply them in your life. Remember, these laws are always at work, whether you're aware of them or not, and whether you believe them or not, they are still at work, right? So by understanding and aligning with them, you can live more harmoniously and more intentionally. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who could benefit from this, which is really everybody could benefit from learning about this. And make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can get daily enlightening content that's designed to help you absolutely live your best life. Here's to aligning with the universal laws, living your best life, and I'll talk to you in the next one.